Hello, Kindred Spirits, and welcome to my spiritual oasis, here weary souls come to find inner wisdom and peace. Today we are going to be doing a yes or no reading, clear answers from Spirit, and affirmative or negative answers, and we will be clarifying today with tarot. I always like to keep the intros to these videos short, so there will be links in the description below for all of the groups that will be available to you. Everything is intuitive, nothing is prepared. So if you need to pause the video at this point in time in order to meditate to determine which group has your message in it, please do so now. Otherwise, we're just going to get right into the readings. Hello, group number 1, and welcome to your reading. As I shuffle the deck for you, hold your yes or no question on the forefront of your mind. Is it a yes or is it a no? Affirmative or negative? Is it a yes or is it a no? Affirmative or negative? The answer to your question today is an affirmative. So it is a yes. It says, sounds good. Do you have all the facts and information? So I feel like right off the bat, the messages that we're getting is if you're asking a question about something, I'm feeling like bigger questions. Like, who should you marry? Should you be with this person or that person? Should you take this job opportunity? Should you move? Should you go to this school? Should you study this thing? Like, the big questions, the big decisions in our life, I feel like is kind of what this this answer is kind of speaking to, just the energies that I'm getting. And, you know, this idea of it sounds good, but there's a reason why you're asking the question to begin with. There is probably some discomfort whether or not you should do whatever this thing is. So I feel like the message here is to make sure that you have all the facts and all of the information before you make your final decision, so that you are able to make a clear and sound decision for yourself that is going to benefit you not only in the short term but also in the long term as well. So just make sure you have all the facts and you are analyzing your data in a way that is comparable, like you're comparing apples to apples and oranges to oranges, and you're not kind of mixing things up. So we have the 7 of Wands, which talks about being caught off guard. So you see our figure here is kind of defensive, looking kind of shocked with these swords pointing at them, 2 different shoes on their feet, which again talks about being caught off guard, being on guard, but doing so in a way where it's like the enemy at your gate, and not, whenever I talk about discernment, I always use the analogy of like defending a castle, and you know, discernment allows you to see trouble coming from a distance rather than having it right in your face and having to make determinations when it's right in your face, and often missing things because it's too close. So in a similar way, some of you might feel like you have been caught off guard. So maybe this is something that maybe a friend or someone close to you has brought to your attention. We also have the 5 of Wands. Okay, yeah, there's definitely some sort of some combative energy happening here. So again, you might have thought you had all the facts. You might have actually trusted in the person who presented the opportunity to you, or that you heard of the opportunity from. And maybe it comes to find out that you might have heard about or come across information that is not aligning with completely with what you were expecting. the situation to be like. So you're kind of caught off guard. You're trying to figure out which way to go, which direction to take. And, you know, you could be afraid of conflict with this person. Again, it could be somebody that you trust, someone close to you that presented it, or is asking you to do something for them. So maybe you're feeling conflicted, or feeling like there's going to be some sort of confrontation if you dig more into this. And I feel like the message is, in order to make a good, sound decision for yourself that is informed, making an informed decision that, you know, an older version of you is going to be proud of the decision that you made, you're going to need all of the facts and information to do so. So I feel like you might be feeling off guard, you might be feeling uncomfortable, but it is imperative that you get all of the facts and information, and that it not only sounds good, but that it is good for you in the present and the future moment. So group number 1, these are the messages that I have channeled for you today. I certainly hope this was helpful for you. If it was, make sure to drop a comment and let me know what resonated. Click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, as well as liking my Facebook page and checking out my Etsy shop, where I curate content there to help you on your spiritual and life journey. So thank you so much, beautiful soul, for your time and energy today, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye. Hello, group number 2, and welcome to your yes or no reading. As I shuffle the deck for you, please hold your yes or no question in the forefront of your mind. Is it a yes or is it a no? Affirmative or negative? So the answer to your question is an affirmative. It says, fair enough. Is someone being cheated, you or a loved one? Okay, so the first messages that I'm receiving off of this card is, for some of you, I'm feeling like a sense of exhaustion, like you're adding something to your plate. I'm getting the message that some of you are kind of like, you're the yes person. You're the person who always likes to help people out, and, you know, you're the person who likes to squeeze things into your calendar, even if you are stretching yourself thin. So I feel like the message, if you're kind of vibing with that sort of energy, is asking yourself, is it fair to you? You know, you should be able to take time out of your day, your week, your month, your year to for yourself, to be able to take care of yourself, to be able to spend time how you want time spent, and not how other people are spending your time for you, by saying yes to everybody's inquiries, everybody's demands on your time and your life. So it's okay to, of course, do things for people, but to make sure that there is balance and harmony in that, and that you are included in the to-do list. It reminds me of the oracle card and the crystal. I don't remember the crystal, but I remember it's like, I think it's jasper. Ocean jasper, I want to say, is the name of the crystal in the daily crystal oracle deck that talks about scheduling yourself in. So if you are being triggered by this statement, like that you don't always schedule yourself in, that you often sacrifice your own sleep, your own, you know, personal time, your own just everything in order to accommodate everybody else, I feel like the message for you is to make sure that you're being fair not only to others, but yourself and the people around you. Because if you're not getting enough sleep, if you're not present and accounted for your family and your loved ones, then you're not being fair to yourself. You're also not being fair to those close to you as well. So just being mindful of how you're spending your time, what you're saying yes to, and making sure that you're being fair to yourself and to others. And I feel like the other message here is I'm getting a number of messages. So one of the messages that I received was like, if you're asking a question around some sort of like arrangement, business deal, some sort of investment situation, or just anything where there's some sort of I call it a business deal, but it could be a number of different things. It could be related to love. I know we don't like to think of love as a business deal, but more like a marriage or some sort of relationship, something where you're kind of give and take with someone or something else. Make sure that it's fair for all parties involved. Make sure that you're not the only one sacrificing in the situation. Make sure that you are certain about what you absolutely need in a situation and what you're willing to flex on, and standing strong in those things that you are not compromising on. And then I'm also getting the message for those of you who are moving past some sort of difficult situation, which we see here in the Six of Swords, to make sure that you're being fair to yourself. Sometimes when we come out of difficult situations, we're really kind of sad and disappointed. We often can beat ourselves up and kind of just like really go in on ourselves and just be pessimistic and mentally kind of abusive to ourselves. And I feel like be generous to yourself, be fair to yourself, be gracious to yourself as you're moving through situations. So I didn't actually say which cards we flipped. So we flipped the Six of Cups, the Six of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. So both of this, any sort of six energy in tarot really talks about generosity. So whether you are receiving generosity or kindness from a stranger or someone else, a family member, friend, whatever, or whether you are you're giving, you are the generous one, or you're receiving generosity. I'm feeling here that energy, this idea of kind of give and take, this idea of the fact that sometimes we are the giver and sometimes we're the receiver, but it's this like reciprocal sort of balanced situation. And to make sure that to make sure that that's balanced, to make sure that you're not always the one giving, and to make sure that you're not always the one receiving, that there is this balance that happens over the course of a life. And that's not to mean that sometimes we go through stints of difficulty and we might need lots of help in certain situations. You shouldn't have anxiety about, oh my gosh, I have to pay this back. But it's this idea that when you have it, don't be afraid to be generous with it, I guess. And that could be, it could be in the realm of cups, it could be in the realm of really anything. And then the final message, I feel like, in our King of Pentacles energy is this idea of prosperity. This idea that, this could for some of you represent a divine masculine presence in your life, maybe some sort of a partner or someone you're getting into partnership with, whether that's romantic or other. Maybe it could represent for some of you somebody who's helping you out or helping you through a difficult situation. For some of you, it could be some sort of a love offering from this King of Pentacles. And again, when we talk about masculine and feminine energy, we're talking about divine masculine and feminine energy. So we're not talking about males or females. We're talking about an energy. I also feel like kind of like I said, this idea of generosity, this idea of give and take, this idea of stability. So, if it is something that is you're going to be able to maintain your sense of stability and independence, then I feel like it is something that is fair. So don't do something that is going to throw off your center of gravity, that is going to blow you out of your your place of stability in order to accommodate somebody else's needs, especially if that person is being aggressive. So making sure that what you're doing is fair on all sides for all those involved. So group number 2, these are the messages that I have channeled for you today. I hope this was helpful for you. If it was, make sure to drop a comment and let me know what resonated. Click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, as well as liking my Facebook page and checking out my Etsy shop where I curate content there to help you on your spiritual and life journey. So thank you so much, beautiful soul, for your time and energy today, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your reading. So hold your yes or no question on the forefront of your mind as I shuffle. Is it a yes? Or is it a no? Affirmative or negative? The answer to your question is an affirmative. By all means. So you must be willing to tap into all resources at your disposal. Is it worth it? It's interesting. I always feel like that card is a really interesting card. I feel like it makes you think twice also about your resources, and time being one of those resources. Like, are you willing to give up everything that you have in order to accomplish or to help or to do whatever this thing is? It's always a good question. And mind you that doesn't mean that it's going to take all of those resources, but it says that you must be willing to tap into, which means it needs to be worth it to you. If you had to clear your whole pot out, is it worth it to you? Okay. I always think that's really interesting. So we have the 10 of Wands. Ooh, so some of you are really charging forward to the end of something big, to the end of something you've been working diligently for. So it could be career, could be job, could be some sort of entrepreneurial endeavor, but it could also be spiritual too for some of you, I'm getting. But you're kind of, you know, the 10 of Wands and any 10 in the tarot really talks about something coming to an end, kind of like the last push. The 10 of Wands also talks about receiving help, so like asking for help, asking for assistance, to kind of get through this last kind of struggle, if you will, or the last mile. So don't be afraid to reach out and ask for assistance. Okay, so we literally have 2 cards. Oh, so we have the 8 of Wands and the 7 of Wands. So yeah, definitely for a lot of you, I'm getting the message here that we're asking questions around things related to our wands. So career, job, passion pursuits. It could be also related to spirituality as well. So we have the Queen of Cups, which talks about emotional maturity, like a nurturing emotional type of energy. So our Queen of Cups could represent a person in your life with strong water sign placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, with Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Doesn't necessarily have to, but a divine feminine, emotionally strong, nurturing type of energy. Our Queen of Cups is very intuitive, a master or mistress of discernment and clear and sound emotional responses, and the desire to nurture creativity, creative endeavors, often associated with the fine arts, that sort of thing. So this could also be you. If you have really strong water placements in your chart, this could also be you. This could be referring to whatever you're pushing towards. So these energies could be together. I feel like the 8 of Wands is really an encouragement of spirit and the universe really pushing energy into, giving you the last burst of energy that you need. Our Seven of Wands is really talks about like being caught off guard. So you might have come into or run into something as you're finishing this huge task. You might have run into something that is that kind of caught you off guard, that you weren't expecting. Again, you feel like you're really close to the finish line, and you're kind of just charging forward, your head down, and then boom, something jumps in the way. So I feel like the by all means is saying, in order to get through this hiccup, you have to be willing to, just keep going, not give up, to, tap into any resources that you have at your disposal. Again, that resources to me talks about asking for help in the Ten of Wands. And I feel like Spirit is going to answer you and say, we're going to give you this boost of energy, this additional energy to help you on your way, but also understand that some of the resources that the universe aligns or puts in alignment with what you're trying to accomplish are people, are human resources, that people that are there to assist you and help you along your journey. So be open to that, be mindful of that. I'm getting, for some of you, that you're like the carry it on your own type of people. I can do it myself. And it's like, okay, you could, but it's not the most efficient use of your resources. And I am getting the feeling, again, if the question that you're asking is surrounded around some sort of job, some sort of a career, some sort of entrepreneurial endeavor, something that you're really passionate about, that taps into your emotive and creative abilities, I do feel like it is worth it for you to just finish this out, to get over this hurdle, and to, then move into the next phase of your life. So group number 3, I think we're on group number 3. These are the messages that I have channeled for you today. Excuse me. I think if this is the bottom of the deck energy, the Ten of Cups. So I think that's awesome. Yeah, so I feel like this is just talking about prosperity and success after all of this is kind of accomplished. So I feel like that's a really positive sign. And so these are the messages that have been channeled for you today. I certainly hope that this was helpful for you. If it was, make sure to drop a comment and let me know it resonated. Click a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, as well as liking my Facebook page and checking out my Etsy shop, where I curate content there to help you in your spiritual and your life journey, all the way from yes or no readings, personal yes or no readings, to messages you need to hear, to other sorts of spiritual guide sort of items to assist you. So thank you so much, beautiful soul, for your time and energy today, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye. Hello, group number 4. Welcome to your yes or no reading. I think I'm on group number 4. I'm sorry if I am misnaming you. So hold the message, or the question, the yes or no question, in the forefront of your mind as I shuffle. Is it a yes or is it a no? Affirmative or negative? Let's see. Okay, so the answer to your question is an affirmative, so it says totally. Are you looking at the entire situation is the food for thought question. Yeah, I feel like, the message in this card is really talking about sometimes we're really in a hurry to kind of jump into things. We feel like, and I'm guilty of this as well, that you feel like, okay, I have the time to do that. The person that asked me is like really cool to do it, or it's a really interesting or neat opportunity, or you're really curious about it, and you kind of just like jump in head first into situations without really getting all of the facts, figures, information, and looking at the situation from its entirety, where us optimistic folk are really good at like kind of looking at a situation and seeing the potential and the positive outcomes, and we're not looking at what some of the pitfalls, what some of the challenges might look like. So I feel like this general message for you guys here today is to pay attention to all of the information that is at your disposal and looking at the situation from all perspectives and point of view. So I think it's really interesting that our Two of Wands just joined the conversation, because our Two of Wands is about perspective, and it's about also having the world at your fingertips, basically. So the ability to kind of do what you want, go where you want. It's a really empowering card, but I feel like for some it can be a little overwhelming. But I do feel like it has perspective, and I feel like that's the part of the card that we're really focused on. And to make sure that you are looking at the total expenditure, the total investment in something. And by investment, I don't just mean money. I also mean time. I mean resources, energy, compromises, just kind of mapping everything out and making your decision off of that instead of just how you feel or how cool the situation is or who approached you with the situation. So we do have the Seven of Swords, which talks about, it's like thieves in your camp. And the thief could be an external person, but it can also be you. And this is a swords card, so it does talk about thoughts and communication. So could be a thief of thoughts, a thief of communication. And I'm feeling like for a lot of you that you are actually the thief of thoughts, the thief of communication. You are maybe manifesting some of this Knight of Swords energy, which is really fast paced. Our Knight of Swords, you know, is quick with communication, speaking, thinking, but sometimes we have to slow down and really analyze. Like, that's the difference between the Knight of Swords and the King of Swords. The King of Swords is patient and grounded enough and level-headed enough to be able to absorb all of the information, to analyze it, and then to make a decision off of that information in a calm and paced way. Whereas our Knight of Swords is very quick and swift and just really, really ready to kind of just jump in and make kind of irrational decisions. So again, the Knight of Swords could be your energy. It could be a person. And it could be referring to this thief in the camp sort of person. So if the thief in the camp is not you, it could be an outside person. Knight of Swords, someone who has strong air placements in their chart, sun, moon, rising in Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Don't necessarily have to be, but this person is going to be very quick with their words. I'm just feeling like this person is, like I said, a stealer, a thief of thoughts, fast talking sort of person that, again, is just about getting information out and not necessarily thinking about all of the information, presenting clear information, you know, that sort of thing. So I feel like you just need to be mindful and slow down and look at the bigger picture and look at the entire situation and not just maybe what somebody else presented, but like doing your own research. I feel like it's going to be very important for you, group number 4. So thank you so much for your time and energy. These are the messages that I had for you. If this was helpful, if this resonated with you, please do drop a comment and let me know it did. Click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are not already a part of the Kindred family. Would love to have you. Please do check out my Facebook page. It's my main communication hub, if you will, as well as checking out my Etsy shop. I curate content there to help you on your spiritual and life journey. So thank you so much, beautiful soul, for your time and energy, and I will see you in an upcoming video. Bye. Hello, group number 5, and welcome to your reading. I believe I'm on group number 5. So, as I shuffle the deck for you, please do hold on to your yes or no question. Is it a yes or is it a no, affirmative or negative? So the answer to your question is a maybe. So I said clear answers, and we get a maybe. Yeah. So there's only 2 maybe cards in this deck, so we're definitely going to need to lean into our tarot for clarification. So what would make this a yes? Let's get some clarity on what would make this a yes. So we have the 8 of Cups, which talks about moving on from an emotionally distressful situation. We have the 3 of Cups, which talks about friendship and positive camaraderie with friends, and death, which is about change and transformation. Okay, so what would make this a yes? The messages that I'm receiving. If it has anything to do with you transforming, transitioning in a positive way from one phase of your life into another phase of your life, and it is going to bring you prosperity and abundance on the other end, then I feel like it's a definite yes. If it's about moving on from some sort of a love relationship or even a friendship that isn't positive anymore, like a potentially toxic friend situation, I feel like it's a definite yes. If it has anything to do with transforming your friend circle to meet your kind of new walk in life, I feel like it is a yes. If it has anything to do with connecting with like-minded people in an uplifting and positive way that is going to transform you and uplift you spiritually and emotionally, then I feel like it is a yes. So group number 5, these are the messages that have been channeled for you today. I certainly hope these messages are enlightening and help you on your journey. Please drop a comment and let me know if something resonated for you. Click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not already a part of the Kindred family, as well as follow me on Facebook if you so choose to do that, and check out my Etsy shop where I curate content there to help you on your spiritual and life journey. So thank you so much, beautiful soul, for your time and energy today, and I will see you in an upcoming reading. Bye.